All right, so I am done with my first client. I've got 4 today total. 3 are in the real world, and then I've got a Zoom client later when I get back home. Let's see, this one was a puppy case that I've been working with. We're just refining some of the obedience, making the heel command more exact, reminding, sending a little bit of a refresher message to them about the need for consistency and leadership in areas that I was seeing the dog was kind of getting over on them by, and just, any loose ends in our trainings. We're coming to the phasing out period of our program. I have a client I'm on the way to now. It's a dog with separation anxiety, and they're doing their best, but, I tell them every time, once you're willing to make the change, the dog will follow suit, but it's either there's no time, or we're getting better at it, or but the poor dog, and it's like that thinking or lack of effort or inconsistent effort when you do apply it is probably going to make matters worse, because your dog senses you're trying to engage some changes, but it's not being consistent. So you're like a rehab therapist letting your patient go out and drink 2 nights a week, but you're still going to help them with their alcohol problems. It doesn't work that way. So behavior is even more for dogs because they have no consciousness of what they're doing. They're an animal, and it's just conditioning patterns and the instinct that they have as a dog and to follow a leader and a certain set of hierarchical rules that we imply through either just the dog naturally gets it, and they're usually not really candidates to have problem behaviors, or you teach it to them through structure, not by being mean, but by consistently showing that what you want as a plan for them is a much clearer intended thing with a stronger intention than they have as being a dog, which can be pretty strong intentions. And then again, dogs just kind of naturally click, and you're creating a conditioned response. So you're replacing one behavior or one overreactive state with another. There's plenty of videos and podcasts and whatever I do about this. I have 12 episodes of a show, 5 or 6 episodes of a web series, hundreds of videos. So, and I will continue to talk about it, but I'll leave it at that. So let's see. I am going now after that to think here for a second. Oh yeah, second lesson for a client I started working with. They have a certain degree of reactivity in the home, separation anxiety, and just kind of overall vigilance, some pulling on the leash. So we're going to continue working on that. So that'll be good. And then the Zoom, I think it's some dogs that are fighting. They're up in Alaska, and we're going to work in the home. Usually that'll start that way. And there's just, I think it's kind of intense because the notes I took, I have to go. I always review the notes before I see it or ask any follow-up questions with the client. We'll even do an intake when we first meet, and the dogs will be put away or in kennels, when we first do the first part of our session. That's it. I got to focus on the road. That's why I'm kind of distracted here. But I wanted to just, share my day. Yesterday, 4th of July, just hung out with the dogs. Probably zoned out on social media too much. Went on a nice long walk. There was no fireworks to be found because it's California and they're pretty restrictive of that. I'm sure there were places, but not where I was. And that's about the extent of it. Oh, and I did share today on Facebook some just a post about some of the things that I've had as mishaps, like near-death experiences, half joking that, using up some of your 9 lives already. And someone really had something snide as a response. I don't know if they were trying to be funny. Someone who I think has followed me for some time. I don't know what I did, but stupid this, because it's about a firearm safety thing, and they it's like, I don't know, something I shared, and I was willing to reveal an embarrassing thing, and something that was very scary for me, and I got hurt really bad. That's what you feel inclined to take time for that. Like, most people really, not most, but a lot of people just have nothing going on in their lives. They go wild over something, and it's like, is that what I mean, I get it. Like, if I'm saying something dog-wise and you're a professional and you want to politely have some discourse, but that's not what this was. This was like calling me stupid, making fun of my competency. I just don't know, weird. Anyway, that's a bummer, but anyway, on to the client. I gotta watch the road here. Have a great day, everyone.